Hey guys, how's it going? Baby Sham 33 here. Um, and today we're um, taking a look at. I basically have a rank up decision to make, and um, taking a look at my rosters, and it's going to be a mutant. And basically, between. Yeah, well, just any mutant. And I've been pounding over Domino, Havoc, who knows, maybe Iceman. Um, Iceman, I'm not that interested in bringing him up at the moment. He's a great hero, but not what I'm looking to do in my next 565. Domino is an interesting character, but as you see, I have her as a 6 star. Um, so not really in any rush to kind of pull the trigger. But I have been given Havoc an interesting once over um, between his um, energy resistant, um, you know, the um, the output he can do, and you know his workaround with Korg and so forth. It makes for an interesting character. And so currently he's been sitting at rank 3 as a 5 star for quite some time. I've had other mutant heroes that I've brought up instead. And where is he? Because I've had Namor, Omega Red. I brought up Sunspot recently. So but I do have a gem, so like I said, wanted to kind of give him a once over. I'm He is not um, terrible with suicides, which I run um, because that's not really, you're not launching specials all the time. Like I said, overall, works out pretty well. And at the same time, too, he's not heavy dependent on his synergies, um, which is fantastic. And he does have like a really nice, actually, synergy with Wasp. Um, you know, well-timed blocks grant plasma charge and so forth. But I'm actually not going to use any of those synergies in this run. I'm not using any extra crit. The only thing I will be using is, where is that at? This Nick Fury synergy. One is just for the evade, and then the other one is to help because I run suicides. It'll take off one of my debuffs. Um, and so when playing around with Havoc, um, basically once you have the pulse charge on him, if you use a heavy, then he's you know you get that terminal feedback on him, and then at the same time I'll use a special here just to increase my plasma charge rate. And now what I want to do is I want to use some heavy attacks just to build up my prowess charges. as I do this, he's gaining those plasma. As you see, that terminal damage, with 2 of them on them, it's kicking for 265 ticks, and as that goes up, it will also increase. But I can store up to 5 of those prowess charges, and that's my max. So now I just want to go in, start kind of doing some work on him. And now that I've got 10 plasma charges on myself, each additional plasma charge will go on Winter Soldier. I'm going to use these heavy attacks just so the terminal feedback. And now instead of 265, it's doing 530. As he's got 4 of them on him. At 5, it's doing 662 damage per tick. At 6, 794. At 8, 1059. And as you see at 9, and at 10, 1324. And I'm going to launch off my special 3 that he has 10 plasma charges. After, if he hits 11, they'll detonate on him. I'm just going to go for the damage. And that's a nice big tick. I believe that was 80,000 in total damage. And you get a nice big prowess buff increase for a short time to help with the damage. If I were to use a special 1 attack, I would use up all my prowess debuffs. I don't want to do that. I could have done that, then I would just basically start, the recycling process back. And actually, doing it that way, I found that you can finish up some fights pretty quickly. And get that terminal feedback on him. And now that he has those plasma charges are starting to tick on him, I'm going to get that damage over time debuff on him. And refresh that. And like I said, this is an interesting way to work around certain nodes. Cycle that back to 10. And that's another 81,000 in total damage. Heavy attacks do some decent damage. As you see, a critting for 3,900. Mediums critting for 2,600. And some 1,700 crits. Not terrible numbers at all. And I'm going to launch a special 2. 17,000 crit on that. And he's down. And I could have done that fight much easier, much faster, but just kind of showing different play styles and kind of what he does. And as I said, he's an interesting character, great counter for Korg and some different things. So now we're going to exit out of here. Let's go back over to our champions. here he is. And you know what? I'm going to bring him to rank 4. So, pump this ISO into him now. Let's have some fun bringing him up. And hopefully I do have enough mutant ISO. I'm probably going to run out during the gold boost event, just generally because I have ISO that goes into overflow all the time. I'm having to sell it anyway, just so it doesn't expire. But I did sell a lot of ISO, just kind of because. So okay, so we will be a little bit smart about how we use our ISO and do this level up. It's not an issue of gold, but like I said, if anything, I'm going to have to start using regular ISO. And now I have this rank up gem 4 to 5, so I'm going to bring him up with that. Nice, and yeah, that is all of my mutant ISO. Let's do basic. And there we go. Use up all of this ISO first. Tier 4. Sorry, unfortunately, this is taking much longer than I planned. So all that. And now let's grab some tier 5. Whatever. This is where a select all would come in very handy. Okay. And the nice thing about Havoc is he actually does have pretty good prestige also. Not a concern of mine at the moment, but not only is he good on defense, um, good on offense, but he also has decent prestige once awakened. And to be quite honest, he doesn't need to be awakened. Um, Handy because it helps increase his plasma charges faster, but it's not mandatory. And that should do it. Nice. there he is. And we'll awaken him. Let's throw a few signature stones into him. Come on. And there he is. And his signature ability is just each time Havoc gains a plasma charge from any source other than this ability, he has a 2.25% chance to gain another charge. So, basically, just increases his plasma increase. And I said this ability, it's basically meaning with regards to, when he gets hit and so forth by critical attack, all of those give him an increased chance to take plasma. If he's bleeding, increase plasma ratio and so forth. So, as I said, it's not necessary, but it's handy. And let's go back in here one more time to everybody's favorite punching bag. Listen, I'm not using any real synergies. The only, Quake with Nick Fury gives you that evade, and the Deadpool is just removing my bleed debuff faster. All of which is not necessary, but as I said, this is basically just kind of showcasing. Now as a rank 5, as you see right there, those mediums are given what was that? 6,900 on the heavy attack, 4,000 on the mediums, 2,800 on the light attacks. Not bad at all. And let's build our prowess charges. And for every time you use a heavy attack, you do remove 2 of the, or I should say, while you're building your prowess, your plasma charges are up until the point that you have 5 prowess charges. Every time you use a heavy attack, you are basically taking away 2 of the plasma charges. And heavy attack. And at 5, he's taken for 1,400. At 7, he's now taken for 1,600 on the 2,000 at 9. And at 10, that's over 3,000 a tick. $94K on the damage, and then another 30 on the plasma, for a total of 120K damage from that special. Let's use a special one. While he has 2 or more, or should say, if he has more than 7 of the plasma charges, his special attacks are unblockable. Three stacks on a prowess charge. And I'm just going to go in here with a special 2. 29k on that special 2. And he's down. 119 hits. I could have done that faster and a lot sooner, but just kind of having some fun showcasing what he can do. But that'll be it. The video is already much longer than I normally post. But, you know, a fun new character. He is Incinerate immune, which is nice for some different nodes that are out now, like Freezer Burn and so forth. Like I said, that his medium attacks do, and his heavy attacks do energy damage, so he's great counter against Korg and so forth. So nice all around good champ to have. So happy with this rank up. Hope you liked. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.